Welcome to the deep dive, and a very special welcome to our rugby obsession deep dive.
Great to be here.
Today, we're getting stuck into the constantly moving world of World Rugby Rankings. We're looking at the picture as of July 15th, 2025.
Yeah, always shifting, isn't it?
Absolutely. So our mission today is pretty clear. Break down these latest numbers, spot the surprises, and really figure out what it all means for rugby globally.
Getting right to the core of it.
Exactly. We want to give you those key bits of info quickly and clearly. And hey, if you're hooked on rugby like we are, make sure you hit subscribe on Rugby Obsession.
Definitely. Don't miss out.
Okay, let's unpack this. This tussle right at the very top. The Springboks are still number one, holding firm.
They are, yeah. But it's not quite as simple as just looking to the top spot, is it?
No, never is. What's the detail there?
Well, what's fascinating here is just how tight it is between 1 and 2. So Boks, they did have that huge win over Italy, 45-0. Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium clinched the series 2-0, very dominant.
Can't argue with that scoreline.
No, you can't. But despite that big win, the All Blacks are closing in, and fast. They had their own mammoth victory, 43-17 over France and Hamilton.
Ouch. For France, anyway.
Right. And that result, it shrunk the gap between them and South Africa to just 1.06 points.
Wow, 1.06. That's nothing, really.
It's incredibly tight. I mean, think about it. One decent win against a good side could flip that entirely. It really whets the appetite for the next few games. They've got Georgia, France again.
And the Rugby Championship, of course.
And especially the Rugby Championship. Yeah, it's going to be electric.
That tiny margin really sets things up. Okay, so just behind them, Ireland's sitting pretty solid at number 3, 89.83 points.
Yeah, solid is the word. They had that, commanding 106-7 win over Portugal. Didn't move them up or down, but, reinforces their position.
And then France, you mentioned their loss to the All Blacks. They're still fourth, though.
They are still fourth with 88.16 points. But, and this is important if we connect this to the bigger picture, that loss was costly. They lost valuable points.
Right. The system penalizes losses, especially big ones, to top teams.
Exactly. How much depends on opponent strengths, margin, all that. And this matters because England, they just beat Argentina down in San Juan. Good win for them.
Okay. So that pushes England up.
Pushes them up to fifth, yeah. 87.64 points.
Mm-hmm.
And that means they're now just, 0.52 points behind France?
So that gap between fourth and fifth is almost as tight as between first and second.
Pretty much. It makes that scrap for the top 4 really intense.
Mm-hmm.
Shows how every single match counts, reshapes the whole picture.
Okay, so moving away from the absolute summit, here's where it gets really interesting. Some quite unexpected moves further down. Australia climbing. What's that about? I didn't even play.
Yeah, this is it's genuinely a bizarre twist of fate. And it tells you a lot about how these rankings actually work. Australia climbed to 6th, 82.08 points without playing a single minute of rugby recently.
How does that even happen?
Well, it's partly because points decay very slowly, but mostly it's about what happens around them. Teams lose points, others gain less than expected. It creates movement. Australia's only played 1 test this year, remember? That tight win, 21-18 over Fiji.
Right, and now they head into the Lions series with this slightly strange rankings boost.
Exactly, and look at the contrast. Argentina, who did play, lost at home to England. They slipped from 6th down to 7th, just behind Australia now on 82.05 points.
Tiny margin there, too.
Tiny. And Scotland also dropped. They lost to Fiji, and now they're 8th on 81.37. It's like ripples in a pond. One result impacts several teams.
Definitely ripple effect. And there was another pretty big shift lower down. Wales and Japan swapped places quite dramatically.
Yeah, that was significant. Wales climbed up to 12th. They're on 74.05 points now.
How'd they manage that?
They beat Japan 31-22 over in Kobe. And this raises an important question, really, about momentum. For Wales, this was huge. Ended a losing streak, pulled them back from their lowest ever spot of 14th just the week before.
So a big turnaround for them.
Massive. Shows what one good win can do. And the flip side is Japan now occupies that 14th spot Wales just vacated, 72.29 points.
Interesting. Anyone else notable in that zone?
Well, just to round off the top 15, Spain actually climbed 1 place too, up to 68.91. Small moves, but still part of the overall picture.
Okay, and if you are enjoying this sort of deep dive, finding out what's really going on behind the numbers, make sure you subscribe to Rugby Obsession. We do this regularly.
Yeah, trying to cut through the noise for you.
So what does this all mean then? Stepping back, looking at the bigger picture. These rankings, they're not just numbers, right? They feel more important than that.
Oh, absolutely not just numbers. What's fascinating here is how they really capture the the dynamic nature of international rugby.
Hmm.
Every single test feeds into this. It's a constant ebb and flow.
And it shapes things going forward.
Definitely. These movements, they set the stage. They build the narratives for the big upcoming stuff. You know, the Rugby Championship we mentioned, the British and Irish Lions Tour for Australia. These rankings fuel the rivalries,
Yeah.
manage expectations, spark the debates.
Yeah, I can see that.
Understanding how it all works, why teams move up or down, it just, well, it adds another layer. Enhances your appreciation for the game, gives context to every result, makes it all more exciting, I think.
It really does. Adds so much flavor to every match. Okay, so we've given our take, tried to make sense of some of these shifts, but we really want to hear from you, the listener.
Yeah, absolutely.
What stands out to you from these latest rankings? Was it the tight race at the top, Australia's phantom climb, Wales bouncing back?
What surprised you? What are your predictions now for these teams going into the rest of the year? Let us know.
Yeah, definitely share your thoughts. And here's something to chew on, a final thought perhaps.
Well,
Given how much things change week to week sometimes, and how tight those margins are, especially at the top, how different could these World Rugby rankings look by, say, December?
good question. With so many huge games still to come.
Exactly. The Lions series, the Rugby Championship, it could be completely shaken up again.
It really could. It's wide open.
Something to ponder, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, thank you so much for joining us for this Rugby Obsession deep dive into the World Rugby Rankings.
It's been a pleasure.
We hope we've given you some concise, useful insights to take away, something to bring up in your next rugby chat, maybe.
Hopefully.
And please don't forget to subscribe to Rugby Obsession wherever you get your podcasts. That way you won't miss our next deep dive.
Yep, hit that subscribe button.
Thank you for listening to this Rugby Obsession deep dive, and we really look forward to you joining us for our next episode.